We're back.
We're back. Part 2 of dreams and what people experience. So we talked about the more
Educational?
let's call it entertainment entertainment purposes. So now we're just going to talk about more of like interpretation, how to interpret your dreams, of course only by suggestion. What's worked for us, this is why we're here talking. This is what we do, like what we've experienced, and we think that some people would benefit from our experiences. So again, not any kind of medical advice, or this is all for entertainment purposes only. So we're gonna talk first about what to do in order to help maybe understand your dreams better.
Well, first we've got to get to remembering your dreams.
Okay.
Like, you can't understand them if you think you don't dream.
Right. That's me. I never remember my dreams.
Right. Because you do. If you don't dream, you're a sociopath. Like, everyone dreams. For a long time, I thought I didn't either, because no recollection.
Right.
But we're just not remembering them.
Right.
So a good tool that I use, and everything requires consistency. When you're laying in bed and you're getting ready to go to sleep, you set the intention, which just means, I'm going to remember my dreams. I'm going to remember my dream. I'm going to remember my dream. Right? And then you'll start remembering them. Yep. And then have a notebook. If you're a writer, I use my phone. I talk it into my notes because I don't want to turn the light on and wake all the way up. But then you have to decipher that talk to text mess, but that's an adventure all in itself.
You do that when you're setting your intentions before bed.
Well, yeah, because then I got to a spot where I was remembering bits and pieces. You want to record those too. But then it was like, I'd think about it and fall asleep while I was thinking about it. So I'm like, okay, I'm remembering my dreams now. I'm going to record my dream. I'm going to record my dream. I'm going to record my dream. And now it's just natural. It's just boom, I do it.
Okay. So one of the things in recording your dreams too, though, you want to make sure not only to get the details of the dream, but any emotions you feel during it, any specific colors you see, anything that triggers something, or like if you're being chased by a wolf,
what color is their fur?
Yeah, like, is it a black wolf, a white wolf? Was it snarling? Did it act like it was wagging? You know, you want as many details physically, emotionally, mentally. Like I said earlier, when I was dreaming of those numbers, and I'm thinking, oh, look, hey, see, I found some numbers. I'm going to play those or whatever. So things like how you interact with the dream as well. I think those are, good details to have.
Yeah, because you want to have all the details.
Yeah.
I'm driving in a car. Or I'm riding, or I'm outside of it watching it happen.
Well, then because Lexi had a dream, and you said, well, were you the one driving or were you the one riding? And when she said she was the passenger, it meant something different.
Yeah. It depends on the vehicle. It depends on the rate of speed. It depends on the conditions of the road. All of these things are important. If you're driving, you feel like you're in control of your life because the road is your life path. So if it's smooth, yay. If it's under construction or bumpy or potholey, right? The color of the car. The material the road is made. I have a lot of dreams where I'm going through wood trails. So I still don't understand that all the way, but that's
right. But it's a pattern though.
Right. If someone else is driving the car, you don't feel like you're in control of your journey. And then, are you flying fast or are you going slow and things taking forever? Is it under construction? Like, what are you going through right now? What do you need to look at to maybe smooth your path?
Yeah.
Are you turning left? Are you turning right? Are there bridges? Are there everything means something.
Yeah.
So,
And that's when you're journaling, and even, I mean, if you can just remember stuff with that's really awesome that you don't need to journal. But then you want to look for patterns.
definitely.
And like my daughter, for a while, she was dreaming, and a lot of her dreams consisted of high school or people from high school. And she had a really tough time in high school with her self-image and her self-worth, and people, all people, I'm not going to say just school age kids, but all people can be cruel. And, like, especially at that age, because everybody's, starting to come into themselves, starting to discover things. And so, she's been out of school for how long now? But going back into the school setting and interpreting, and we kind of figured out that, she's struggling with her self-identity because she didn't really like part of the person she was in school. And so I think that's what's coming back, because she's going through this deep, what do you want to call it? I don't want to say transformation, but she's like,
It's like a learning and growth process.
yeah, almost like reinventing.
Which makes sense that it took place in school, because buildings mean something too.
Right. And well, she more described it as prison. But I
Yeah.
mean, the confinement of, and maybe at that time is her coming into wanting to become more of her authentic self. It's not a transformation, but, things are being pointed out to her in the dreams that she could work on, or, releasing some of that pent up energy that she wasn't the person she wanted to be in high school. And she, and I think she even like apologized to some of the people, like sent them, and hey, you know what, blah, blah, blah. And so that's kind of bringing her to that. So it must have been time for her to go through that and to bring up those memories or those people that, some of it was very hurtful. So in order for her to grow and flourish,
Yeah.
become more of herself.
Yeah.
So yeah, but your daughter has some pretty intense dreams. And a lot of people have talked lately, especially about how vivid the dreams have been, and kind of outlandish dreams, like other
Breathing trees
planetary-
and
yeah, outer planetary, or like, I still believe in mystical creatures.
oh, definitely. Me too. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find a
Someday,
unicorn.
I'm gonna have a dragon.
But speaking of,
yes.
oh yeah, I've had dreams about those too. Animals in your dreams. A lot of people dream about animals or spiders or different insects. Now, do not run to the internet and Google what does dreaming about a snake mean.
Right.
You can do that later, but first and foremost, what do you feel about, do you like snakes or are you scared of snakes? Firstly, how do you feel about snakes? Right? Was it trying to bite you? Was it chilling? Were y'all friends? You've got to take in all of the information and go with what you think about it first. If you're still confused, look it up, look at multiple sources,
Yeah.
and see which one feels right to you.
Right. Whatever resonates.
Right. I have this book, 10,000 Dreams, and I don't know who wrote this book, but it has got the most insane, of course I can't find a good short one now. If you dream about a hammer, it denotes that you will have some discouraging obstacles well, that one makes sense. Okay, call me and make me a liar. But some of these are just crazy. If you dream about going through a fire drill, it denotes disagreement over financial matters. My brain cannot do enough gymnastics to make that work.
Like, my thought is, when we had fire drills in school, it was like, woohoo, fire drill! We get
Right.
to go outside.
But see, some people would get terrified about that. But for you, it
For
was
me
something
personally,
fun.
yeah. But that, like, so of course that's what I'm going to think of first before, because when you bring up snakes, and in the most recent instance that I could have been dreaming of snakes laying, just chilling, sitting next to me, because then snakes will bite you at the turn of a hat, and sure enough, that's what happened. So, you know, that could be someone who acts like they're your friend, or acts like they are just chill with you or whatever, and then turn around and bite you because they're talking schmack.
Yeah, because that is
behind
a typical.
your back. And
But yes, because you have to first what you feel, but secondly, you have to take in the cultural understanding of the animal.
yeah,
And with snakes, that is one of the culture. You've got a snake. There's a snake in your grass,
Yep.
and you need to watch your people. How close it is to you is how close that person is.
yeah,
You know, so there's a lot to take
yeah,
into account with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And yeah, that was dead on.
I know. That's so sad.
I forgot about that too. You just mentioned it.
Well,
Okay, the
you
dream.
know, but yeah, but so I wake up sometimes and I don't, like I said earlier, I don't remember my dreams. But there's a lot of times that I'll wake up in an emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, you know, when I don't remember my dreams, I remember a lot of the times how I wake up. And if I wake up and I'm feeling positive, then I just assume I had really good dreams. But sometimes I've woken up in just a foul mood.
And it would be good to write those down too, because it'll get you in the habit of
Yeah.
making note.
Well, I already started like a nightly ritual list, so I want to be able to utilize the information that I get in my dreams, in
Yeah.
the real world, and when it's, you know, it'll come.
Yeah.
It always does.
And Tom's I want to mention,
Oh, sorry.
can't get into it. Maybe we'll do another one because there's so much to talk about. Astral travel.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
My daughter astral travels to the point of she's got people like, be very, very quiet. They can't know you're here. Like, and then she's had people like pull her through a portal. So like if you wake up exhausted, could be you're doing a lot of astral travel. Passed over loved ones bringing you messages. I've had my daddy, my granny Irene, like I've had multiple people come and visit me. Okay, what else happens in dreams?
I had that one dream when I was pregnant with my first child, and I was 7 or 8 months pregnant. I was worried because it took a while and we didn't, you know, and I was a little bit older and stuff, but and I had 3 women come and visit, and each one put their hand on Ben. At the time we didn't know that's who it was. Well, we kind of knew, but anyways, and so that was a welcoming message. It helped me to alleviate any concerns and worries that I had about giving birth, because, you know, so yeah.
Yeah. Ashley had that dream recently. It was a time warp. It was so cool. But as she woke up from her dream, she saw her first full body apparition.
Yeah.
Which was the woman from her dream.
Yes.
So that was a visitation.
Yeah.
But she also made herself known in the physical world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and now I'm like going blank because there's so much more to dreams, and I'm trying to get it in the time limit.
Well, so what if we did this? Maybe next time we have Ashley and Sam and Nikki maybe join us. Because how did we get all 3 of them?
Well, we could work that part out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so we might do that. Maybe we'll do that next time. And maybe our next video will be about more on the dreams, because
Yeah, because we're leaving out a lot because there's so
Yeah.
much to it.
Yeah.
So if you have a specific question or symbol,
a dream you
or-
want to share?
like we're pretty good interpreters,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Most of it's you, but Yeah, it's kind of hard to interpret without a conversation.
Yeah. Well,
But-
and once we get live, 53 people, please.
Yeah, we can do
then
that.
we
That
can
would be
get-
so
I know.
fun.
I know. I can't wait to interact with people.
Right.
So yeah, like we'll do that next time. We'll just see if maybe, and if nothing else, then maybe we'll just do like short interviews with them. I'd rather have them on though. We'll see if we
Yeah.
can get it so we can have more people on
Look,
with us.
dream
to-
paralysis, sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah. Lexi is
There's so much we could talk about.
yeah. So
Help us out because it
Yes.
is such a giant topic. We could do a series on dreams.
I'd be all right with that.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever y'all want to hear about, let us know and we can
Please,
do those
please,
first.
please
That
give
way
us
you
some
don't have to
feedback.
wait.
Feedback. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Again, Wednesday at 6 p.m. is when we'll be posting the best we can. Because, again, if we could go live, 53 people, please. Let's shoot for 5,300. But, okay, we'll be happy with
We'll get
53
there.
for now.
We'll get there.
We will get there. Because this is not something we're going to discontinue. We're not going to get bored. We're just going to do it because it's what we do. So
Yep.
we love you guys and we thank you for your support, with the exception of that one incident that happened recently. And of course, you're going to know who you are. But anyways, blessings be, and we have the day you deserve. No. All right. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.